the Earth's Mightiest Production Trio Team, MFN. And said they like to say I'm the winningest beat battle producer of all time, 39 wins. I like to say I'm the greatest beat battle producer of all time, and I'm going to give y'all some tips right now so y'all can step y'all beat game up. First thing is you want to have heavy bass and hard drums. Like you want them drums to bang. Like my man Black Metaphor say, let the drums bang. So you want the drums to be super heavy, super hard, super obnoxious, and you want those, and you want that bass to be heavy too. Like in urban music, we really like that heavy low end. So yeah, but you want that shit to thump. Like you want when that beat to drop, when that first kick comes in, or when that bass comes in, you want the motherfucking pictures on the wall to be rattling. So that's the second thing you want present in all your beat battle beats is you want an interesting intro, right? And that might not seem interesting because a lot of people are like, well, you might not have time for an intro or stuff like that. Look, make time for it. Music is all about creating tension and releasing that tension. It's like when you hear a song and you hear a verse, and then it's like after 16 bars or a certain amount of bars, you have this expectation for the chorus to come in. It's like the verse is setting up the tension, and then the chorus is giving you the release. So you want the intro to be interesting, especially since people have very short attention spans. You want the intro to be something that really grabs people. Interesting intro, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a sample. It could be something creative that you do with the music. It could be something simple. Like you could even okie doke where the intro goes in one direction. Like there's all kinds of ways you can express that creativity, but you want the intro to be interesting. So that's element number 2. The third thing is you want to have dope ass breakdowns in your shit. Now you don't have to go crazy with the breakdowns. And there's some producers who are great with this. Ty on the Track is great with this. Raz Ritchie is great with the shit. Question has fantastic. You don't have to go crazy with the breakdowns. You just want to make sure, like, if you're listening to a beat, especially if it's a battle where you get, like one of those longer battles where you get to play 60-second beats or 90-second beats. So you give them the intro, and it's like, all right, they with it. And then the beat drops, and it's heavy, and the drums is hard. You be like, that's dope. And then it's like, then the verse section plays for a long ass time and nothing happened. You got to keep in mind that you have a tiny window to blow these people's minds. You got like a very, very short window. And if you got it set up like placement style, sometimes that'll work for you, sometimes that works against you. You got to learn how to read the room. So you want to make sure that at a certain point, you throw some kind of change up and breakdown. Like basic level producer shit is, oh, I'm going to take the kicks out here, or I'm going to take the snares out there. That's basic level shit. You got a motherfucking beat battle, all right? You got to wow these motherfuckers. Do something crazy with the instrumentation. The fourth element that you want in your beats, if you have the time to do it, put a hook section in there. Make sure that there's like a hook section, so you got your intro section, you got your verse section where the beat drops, then have a chorus section, you know what I'm saying? Because people's minds, like you want to show people what it would sound like in play. So it's like, all right, here's the verse, here's the intro, here's the verse, and then show them where the chorus section comes in. Like, and if you time it right, like people's minds are pre-programmed to expect certain things, so you want to give them what they expect, right? And I've heard producers use actual hooks where they'll have actual lyrics there. Some people will just have a change up in the music that represents where the chorus goes, but it is a very positive thing for you as a beat battle producer to maximize your success if you have a hook section in your beat. So definitely do that. And the fifth thing, if you're able to do it, is throw in something familiar. And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a familiar sample. I've been to battles where people have sampled old records. Like like Drugs has a beat when he sampled That's the Way I Like It from the Bee Gees. Fucking Sean Trey had the You Can't Win beat. I've heard people sample Michael Jackson. I've heard people sample Prince. I've heard people sample Metallica. I've heard people sample viral videos and just shit they've heard off of TV. I've heard people sample all kinds of shit. Say it with your chest. I've heard people sample all kinds of shit. And it's like, but you don't have to just sample something familiar. You could also play a melody that's familiar. Like I heard one dude, he made a beat, and like halfway into the beat, he started playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song on top of it, but he played it with a piano. So he had this familiar melody on top of this regular beat, and it worked for him. Like having something familiar in the beat that helps connect it to the crowd and to the people that's listening, that shit goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? So once again, the 5 elements I feel like, and like keep in mind, I came up with this formula. Me and my production team came up with this formula at our very first beat battle. We started incorporating these 5 elements into all our beats, and we've won more beat battles than anybody else on the planet. We won 39, and the person that's even closest to us, Jay Skills, has won like I think 23 battles, right? So we won way more battles than everybody else. So trust and believe I know what I'm talking about when I tell you this shit. So first thing, you want hard bass, heavy drums. Second thing, you want a dope ass intro. The third thing, you want interesting breakdowns. The fourth thing, have a hook section on it if you can. And the fifth thing, have something familiar. You do those 5 things and it'll increase your likelihood of winning a battle. Now I'm Hannibal the Beat Animal. You better listen to what I tell you. Listen to Hannibal.